The answer already exists for you. Before you prayed, before you cried, before the tears fell from your eyes in the middle of the night, before the fear entered your heart, before the door closed, before the rejection, before the delay, before the confusion, before you whispered, "God, where are you?" I was already there. I am not trying to figure your life out. I am not searching for a solution. I am not surprised by your situation. I am not reacting to your crisis. I am God, and I finished what you are still worrying about. The answer you are begging me for, the breakthrough you are fasting for, the clarity you are desperately seeking, the miracle you think is impossible, it already exists. You think you are waiting on me, but what you do not see is that the answer is waiting on you, waiting for your trust, waiting for your obedience, waiting for your surrender, waiting for your faith to rise higher than your fear. You are asking for a sign. You are asking for proof. You are asking for reassurance. But I am asking you, will you trust me when you cannot see it? Will you believe me when it does not make sense? Will you stand firm when everything around you feels unstable? Because the answer already exists in my will. The solution already exists in my plan. The door already exists in your future. The provision already exists in your tomorrow. You are not fighting for victory. You are walking toward a victory I already secured. If you could see what I see, you would not panic. If you could see what I prepared, you would not doubt. If you could see what is forming behind the scenes, you would not cry the way you are crying now. There are movements in the spiritual realm you cannot detect. There are alignments happening you cannot feel. There are conversations taking place on your behalf that you cannot hear. But I hear them. I see them. I control them. The answer already exists. And today I am reminding you, stop begging like you are abandoned. Stop fearing like you are alone. Stop doubting like I've forgotten you. I am not late. I am not silent. I am not absent. I am working. And what I am doing for you right now is greater than what you are asking me for. Stay with me, listen closely, because what I am about to reveal to you will change the way you wait forever. Part 1. Your delay is not denial. You call it delay. I call it development. You call it silence. I call it preparation. You call it closed doors. I call it protection. You see time passing. I see purpose forming. What you do not understand is this. If I gave you the answer too early, it would destroy you instead of elevate you. You are praying for a blessing, but are you ready to carry it? You are praying for influence, but are you ready for the responsibility? You are praying for abundance, but are you ready for the stewardship? You are praying for a relationship, but are you healed enough to sustain it? I do not delay to hurt you. I delay to prepare you, because the answer already exists, but I refuse to release it before your character can sustain it. You want the promise, but I am shaping the person who can hold the promise. Do you know how many dangers I have already removed from your path? How many traps I dismantled? How many wrong people I disconnected? How many disasters I prevented without you ever knowing? You think nothing is happening, but heaven has been busy. While you sleep, I work. While you cry, I align. While you doubt, I build. Every tear you cried was counted. Every prayer you whispered was recorded. Every moment you almost gave up was seen. And still, I did not change my mind about you. Because what I prepared for you is not temporary. It is not fragile. It is not small. It is established. Your delay is not denial. It is divine timing. And when it arrives, you will realize if it had come any sooner, you would not have been ready. So instead of asking, why is this taking so long? Ask yourself, what is God building inside me right now? Because when the answer manifests, you will not just receive a blessing, you will become someone new. Part 2. You are not searching, you are aligning. You think you are searching for the answer, but the truth is you are aligning with it. The answer is not lost. It is not hidden from you. It is positioned in your future, waiting for your obedience to meet it. Every step of faith you take moves you closer. Every time you choose trust over fear, you step into alignment. Every time you forgive instead of holding bitterness, you move closer. Every time you pray instead of panic, you align. You keep asking me for direction, but I already placed my spirit within you. That uneasy feeling, that conviction, that sudden clarity, that voice telling you, don't go there or call that person. That is me guiding you. I am not playing games with your life. I'm orchestrating it. The reason confusion has been attacking you lately is because clarity is near. The reason pressure has increased is because breakthrough is close. The reason the enemy is whispering lies is because he knows you are about to step into what I already finished for you. The answer already exists. It is not being created. It is being revealed. And revelation requires readiness. So stop running in circles. Stop doubting your progress. Stop comparing your timeline to others. Your journey is custom designed. Your process is intentional. Your outcome is secured. Trust the alignment, because when the moment comes, you will not say, God finally answered me. You will say, He had the answer all along. Part 3. What you call impossible is already completed. You keep saying, it's impossible. But impossible to who? You measure your situation by what you can see. You calculate by your resources. You evaluate by your strength. You analyze by your past experiences. But I do not operate inside your limitations. I am not confined to your logic. I am not restricted by your timeline. I am not intimidated by your obstacles. The mountain in front of you, it already knows my name. The storm around you, it already responds to my voice. The sickness, the debt, the broken relationship, the closed opportunity, none of it has authority over me. You are overwhelmed because you are trying to solve, spiritually designed, battles with natural understanding. What you call impossible is simply something you have never seen me do before. But I have done it before, and I will do it again. There were moments in your past when you thought, this is the end. But look at you. You are still here. There were nights you believed you would not recover. There were seasons you thought would destroy you. And yet, I carried you through every single one. Why do you doubt me now? The answer already exists, not in theory, not in hope, not in wishful thinking. It exists in my completed will. Before the diagnosis reached your ears, I knew the outcome. Before the rejection email was sent, I had another door prepared. Before they walked away from you, I already planned who would walk toward you. You see crisis. I see transition. You see collapse. I see redirection. You see impossibility. I see finished work. Stop magnifying the problem. Start magnifying the one who holds the solution. Because when you finally see what I see, you will understand something powerful. The battle was never about whether you would win. It was about whether you would trust me while walking toward the victory. And victory is not coming. It is already secured. Part 4. Your anxiety is not prophetic. You have been listening to fear too much. Anxiety has been speaking like it knows the future. Worry has been pretending to be wisdom. Overthinking has been disguising itself as preparation. But anxiety is not prophetic. Fear cannot see tomorrow. Doubt does not know destiny. Panic has no revelation. Only I do. And I am telling you clearly, the answer already exists. You are exhausting yourself trying to predict outcomes. You are draining your peace trying to control results. You are losing sleep over scenarios that will never happen. Do you not see? If I allowed you to know every detail of how I will solve this, you would not grow. You would not pray deeply. You would not depend on me. You would not develop faith. Your current uncertainty is producing spiritual strength. Right now, I am teaching you to walk without seeing, to trust without confirmation, to believe without evidence. That is where real faith is formed. The enemy wants you restless, because a restless mind cannot hear me clearly. The enemy wants you anxious, because anxiety drowns out my whisper. But I am not shouting at you. I am gently reminding you, calm your spirit. The outcome is not in danger. I am not pacing heaven trying to figure out your situation. I am not scrambling for a last-minute miracle. The provision is set. The breakthrough is timed. The restoration is arranged. You feel tension because you are between what was and what will be. But do not misinterpret the middle. The middle is not abandonment. The middle is construction. And while you are worrying, I am building. While you are overthinking, I'm arranging. While you're imagining worst-case scenarios, I am preparing best-case outcomes. Your anxiety is loud. but my promise is louder. Be still long enough to hear it. Part 5. What left had to leave. You are grieving something that had an expiration date. You are holding on to something I removed. You are crying over something I cleared. You are questioning a loss that was actually protection. Not everything that leaves you is a tragedy. Some departures are deliverance. Some people could not go where I am taking you. Some environments could not sustain your next level. Some opportunities would have limited your growth, and because you could not see it, I intervened. You called it heartbreak. I called it rescue. You called it rejection. I called it redirection. You called it loss. I called it necessary release. The answer already exists, but sometimes I must remove what blocks it. There were attachments slowing you down. There were comforts keeping you small. There were relationships draining your spiritual strength. If they had stayed, you would have settled. And you are not called to settle. You are called to rise. I know it hurt. I know it felt sudden. I know you did not understand. But trust this. If I allowed it to leave, it means it could not remain in the future I prepared for you. Do not chase what I removed. Do not resurrect what I buried. Do not reopen doors I closed. Because what is ahead of you is greater than what walked away. You are not being reduced. You are being refined. And refinement requires separation. The answer already exists, but it requires space. And now that space has been created, watch how quickly alignment begins. What left made room. What ended made space. What closed made way for something divinely orchestrated. Stop looking behind you. Your future is not there. Part 6. You are closer than you think. You believe you are far from the breakthrough, but you are standing closer than you realize. The reason the pressure has increased is because the shift is near. The reason distractions have multiplied is because destiny is approaching. The reason doubt has become louder is because your faith is about to produce something visible. You measure closeness by comfort, but I measure closeness by resistance. Whenever you are about to cross into something greater, opposition intensifies. Not because you are losing, but because you are advancing. You are not stuck. You are stretching. You are not forgotten. You are forming. You are not delayed. You are being positioned. The answer already exists. And what you are feeling right now is the tension between your present reality and your prepared future. There is movement happening beneath what you see. Conversations are aligning. Opportunities are shifting. Doors are adjusting. Hearts are softening. Paths are clearing. Even when everything looks the same on the surface, movement is happening underneath. Seeds do not break the ground immediately, but that does not mean they are inactive. Growth often happens invisibly before it becomes undeniable. You are in that invisible stage. The stage where faith is tested. The stage where patience is stretched. The stage where endurance is strengthened. Do not quit here, because you are closer than your emotions suggest. The enemy fights hardest when he senses transition, but he would not fight you this intensely if something powerful was not about to unfold. Take one more step. Pray one more prayer. Hold on one more day, because the answer is not far. It is forming, and suddenly what felt distant will become undeniable. Part 7. Stop seeking signs. Start trusting my voice. You keep asking me for confirmation. Another sign. Another message. Another reminder. Another visible signal. But how many times must I speak before you believe me? You are waiting for lightning, but I am whispering. You are looking for dramatic proof, but I am guiding you through quiet conviction. The answer already exists, and I have already spoken direction into your spirit. That nudge you keep ignoring, that conviction you keep silencing, that peace you feel when you consider one path and the discomfort when you consider another. That is not coincidence. That is my voice. You think I am silent because I am not loud, but my guidance is not chaos. It is clarity wrapped in peace. If you would quiet your fear, you would hear me more clearly. If you would silence comparison, you would recognize your own path. If you would stop rushing, you would notice I have been directing you all along. You do not need 10 confirmations. You need one decision. Obedience activates manifestation. Faith unlocks movement. Trust accelerates alignment. The reason you feel unsettled in certain places is because you have outgrown them. The reason some conversations drain you is because they are not connected to your next level. The reason certain opportunities feel heavy is because they are not attached to my will for you. Stop begging me to bless what I did not assign to you. The answer already exists, but it exists within my design, not within your desperation. Trust what I have already placed inside you. You are not as confused as you think. You are just afraid to move. But once you take that step, you will realize I was guiding you the entire time. Part 8. This season is shifting. You feel it, don't you? Something is changing. The same struggles do not shake you the same way. The same fears do not control you the same way. The same delays do not break you the same way. That is growth. That is strengthening. That is preparation. You are not who you were at the beginning of this season. The tears shaped you. The waiting matured you. The disappointments refined you. The silence deepened you. And now the shift is beginning. The answer already exists, but you could not step into it as your former self. You had to become stronger. You had to become wiser. You had to become less dependent on people and more dependent on me. What once triggered you now teaches you. What once crushed you now sharpens you. What once confused you now clarifies you. This is how you know a season is shifting. You no longer react the same. You no longer fear the same. You no longer beg the same. You are standing differently. And when you stand differently, doors respond differently. Watch carefully. Unexpected calls, sudden clarity, divine connections, new opportunities, restored strength. Not because luck changed, but because alignment completed. You survived what was meant to teach you. Now you are stepping into what was meant to reward you. Do not sabotage this shift with doubt. Do not delay it with overthinking. Do not question what I am unfolding. The season is turning. The ground is shifting. The answer is emerging. And soon you will look back at this moment and realize the waiting was not empty. It was preparation for arrival. Part 9. I am rearranging what you cannot see. You are judging your situation by visible evidence, but I am working in invisible places. You are analyzing what is happening in front of you. I am rearranging what is happening behind you. There are conversations shifting in rooms you have never entered. There are decisions being influenced that you will never hear about. There are hearts being softened that once resisted you. There are doors unlocking quietly before you ever arrive. The answer already exists, but it does not only involve you. It involves timing. It involves positioning. It involves the movement of other people's choices. It involves the alignment of moments you cannot control. You think nothing is happening because you cannot see motion, but heaven is never inactive. While you scroll, while you overthink, while you question, while you grow tired, I am adjusting details. Some delays were necessary because the right person was not ready. Some pauses were required because the environment was not stable. Some no answers protected you from stepping into something incomplete. You see stillness. I see synchronization. You see emptiness. I see preparation. You see silence. I see strategy. If I revealed everything I am coordinating, you would finally rest. But I am teaching you to rest without knowing, because faith is not built by explanation. It is built by trust. You are not forgotten in the process. You are being protected inside it. What is coming toward you is not random. It is intentional. It has your name attached. It has your growth accounted for. It has your past considered. It has your prayers included. The answer is not floating somewhere uncertain. It is secured. And when it arrives, it will make sense why certain things had to shift first. Until then, do not mistake stillness for stagnation. Rearrangement often happens in silence. Part 10. The breaking point was a turning point. You thought you were breaking, but you were transforming. There was a moment when you felt like you could not handle one more disappointment, one more delay, one more closed door, one more misunderstanding, one more heavy day. You almost gave up. You almost stopped praying. You almost stopped believing. You almost convinced yourself that maybe this was not for you, but you are still here. And that moment you call your breaking point was actually your turning point. because something shifted inside you. You stopped chasing approval. You stopped begging for validation. You stopped forcing what would not flow. You became quieter, stronger, more discerning. Pain has a way of sharpening vision, and what nearly crushed you clarified you. The answer already exists, but the old version of you could not step into it. The version that doubted your worth. The version that tolerated disrespect. The version that settled for less. The version that relied more on people than on me. That version had to break, not to destroy you, but to rebuild you. You are not fragile anymore. You are refined. You're not desperate anymore. You are discerning. You are not anxious the same way. You are anchored. And now that you are anchored, you can handle what is coming. Because what is coming is bigger, greater, more visible, more influential. If it had come during your weaker season, it would have overwhelmed you. But now you are steady. Now you are prepared. Now you are aligned. Never regret the breaking season. It introduced you to your stronger self, and strength is required for answered prayers. Part 11. Do not shrink before the manifestation. You have come too far to shrink now. Do not let temporary emotions make permanent decisions. You are standing at the edge of something significant, and the enemy's final tactic is intimidation. Sudden doubt, unexpected fear, old insecurities resurfacing, past mistakes replaying in your mind. It is not coincidence. It is resistance before release. You are about to see evidence, and intimidation tries to reduce you before elevation reveals you. But hear me clearly. Do not shrink. Do not downplay your growth. Do not minimize your progress. Do not speak negatively about yourself. Do not retreat into old thinking patterns. The answer already exists, and you are not unworthy of it. Stop questioning whether you deserve what I promised. Grace does not operate on your perfection. It operates on my purpose. You have learned. You have matured. You have endured. Now stand. Stand in confidence. Stand in faith. Stand in expectation. Not arrogance. Not pride. But quiet assurance. Because what is about to unfold is not luck. It is fulfillment. Do not sabotage it by self-doubt. Do not delay it by fear. Do not resist it because it feels unfamiliar. Growth always feels unfamiliar at first, but you belong where I am taking you. Walk boldly. Speak differently. Think differently. Expect differently. You are not waiting for something small. You are stepping into something prepared. And when it manifests, you will understand why shrinking was never an option. Part 12. It will happen suddenly. You have grown used to waiting slowly. But what I am about to do will not unfold slowly. It will happen suddenly, the same way the pressure increased suddenly. The same way the tears came suddenly. The same way the confusion hit suddenly. The shift will come suddenly. You have been measuring progress by visible change. But breakthrough does not always announce itself in advance. Sometimes it arrives in a single phone call, a single conversation, a single opportunity, a single divine connection, a single unexpected moment, and everything changes. The answer already exists. It is not under construction. It is not being reconsidered. It is not delayed by uncertainty. It is positioned. And when positioning meets readiness, suddenly becomes inevitable. You will wake up one morning and realize the heaviness is gone. You will receive news you did not expect. You will step into rooms you once prayed about. You will experience peace in areas that once tormented you. Not because luck found you, but because alignment completed. There is a moment appointed for you. A moment when what you have carried privately will become visible publicly. A moment when what felt unfair will make sense. A moment when what hurt you will reveal why it had to. Do not grow tired at the edge. The final stretch often feels the longest. The enemy tries to convince you that nothing will change. But I'm telling you, everything is about to change. Not in chaos, not in confusion, but in divine order. And when it happens, you will not say, I knew this would happen. You will say, only God could have done this. Because what is coming will exceed your strategy, your connections, your expectations. I am not bringing you something average. I am bringing you something undeniable. Prepare your heart, not for more struggle, but for manifestation. Now listen carefully. The answer already exists for you. It is not fragile. It is not temporary. It is not uncertain. It is established in my will. From this moment forward, shift your posture. Stop speaking defeat. Stop rehearsing fear. Stop predicting failure. Align your words with my promise. Declare peace even before you see evidence. Declare victory even before confirmation. Declare faith even when emotions fluctuate. Because what you speak prepares the atmosphere around you. You are not an accident. You are not overlooked. You are not behind. You are appointed. Heaven has not canceled your name. Your destiny has not been reassigned. Your blessing has not been given to another. What I prepared for you cannot be intercepted. What I ordained for you cannot be stolen. What I promised you cannot be reversed. Stand up in your spirit. Lift your head. Straighten your faith. Strengthen your expectation. This season of confusion is ending. This season of heaviness is lifting. This season of uncertainty is closing. A new chapter is opening, and it will not look like what you survived. It will look like what you prayed for. Remember this when doubt tries to return. The answer already exists. Not someday, not eventually. It exists now. Walk like it exists. Pray like it exists. Believe like it exists. And watch how reality begins to reflect what heaven already finished. I am with you. I am for you. I am ahead of you. And what is coming next will prove that I was working all along. Amen.